Meditation, the path to your best you. I'm a student of Dr. Deepak Chopra and Dr. Wayne Dyer. Chopra is a medical doctor who combines the wisdom of the East with the science of the West. I can say the same thing about Wayne Dyer. He's a psychologist, and again he combines the wisdom of the East with the science of the West. And I think we get a very good mix from this. At the same time, being an Afrocentric person, I look at all of the ideas that I'm confronted with in terms of universal principles. What can we extract? What truths are there that we can make use of? One thing we know for sure is that mind controls body. Thoughts are the language of the mind. Feelings are the language of the body. So this conversation is always going on. And with consciousness, we're able to make sense of these things. Now, many people think that the main purpose of meditation is for stress reduction, how we can tune out and get away from it all. But on the contrary, that's only partially true. Because meditation is not getting away from it all, it's getting in touch with the totality of who you are, getting to the essence of what you are about. And more specifically, we're talking about getting to a space of peace. And all wisdom tradition talk about the peace that passeth all understandings. So you are centered, well centered. We have thoughts coming to us at all time and space from different angles. But the question is that what can you find that space between the thoughts? Constant flow of thoughts in your mind. But the wisdom that we seek is found in that space between thoughts. How can we expand that space? How can we make more use of it? How can we make it more accessible and available for brand new insights? We know that in silence and meditation, that's where wisdom finds you. There's a wonderful poem by the poet Rumi, and he says, "I've been a seeker and I still am, but I stopped. I stopped asking the books and the stars. I started listening to the teachings of my soul." Again, the essence of wisdom is within, once we make ourselves accessible. Now, according to wisdom traditions, that space between thoughts, that's the ultimate window. It's the corridor. It's the vortex to the infinite mind. The mystery that some people call the Spirit of God. We use the concept of God. Congratulations, the class of 2020. You have successfully completed your secondary school education. You know, high school sets the agenda for the rest of your life. The friends you meet, your teachers, the classes, the activities, all the good and the bad. That's what makes you. But now this is a critical transition point. One problem is that the coronavirus has turned what was expected to be fireworks of celebration into a damp squib. Mask, quarantines, hand washing, social distancing, not even a little party. Some didn't even have a graduation speech. But we're correcting this now. This is your day. This is your time, making sure you know what to celebrate. What is this all about? You are now living through a global transition. It's the coronavirus that brought this on, but guess what? This is now ushering the fifth industrial revolution. Yes, we have been through 1, 2, 3, 4, coming all the way from mechanization, electricity, the whole mass production, globalization. But now we're calling this one personalization. Things are being shifted for good. Businesses will be different. Work will be different. The future now belongs to people we call nomads. How we spell this? K-N-O-W-M-A-D-S. Who are these people? People who can work anywhere, from anywhere, do whatever needs to be done. Are you one of those? You are in the best position to evolve right into what the world now needs. Many of you have seen your parents either working from home or not working at all. This is a preview for the new normal. Are you ready? I want to share some ideas to get you to the next level, to make sure that you're really, really ready. Number one, your history does not define your destiny. Where you're coming from is irrelevant. Where you are now, but it's what you want to do, where you plan to go. Destiny is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice. The choice you make every day, the choices you make today. Two, who run things? That's right, you run things. No one can prevent you from learning if you want to. At the same time, no one can make you learn if you don't want to. You run things. You'll continue to do so. So we continue with the process. We started one day ago in terms of sharing with you some thoughts I am pulling together for a brand new book. Personal Transformation, the Ultimate Quest. What we say, it is never too late to become your greatest self. That whole process of transforming, transformation, and transformation, especially of self, because that is where it all begins. So we continue the process. Now, my name is Semaj. I'm a quantum transformation psychologist. And I believe that self is at the beginning of almost everything. Your perception, your belief, ultimately your consciousness. So that's how we get things to start. That's how we get things to move from one level to the other. In the last session, we gave you the preamble in terms of what's the groundwork that we set for creating this transformational path. Today, we look at the prelude to your transformation, but we'll take it much further than that, because it's important that these steps, as we go through the ones from yesterday, we see the pieces fit and we make sense of them, right? So we went through quickly yesterday the pieces that set the agenda. So today we are at the second phase, the path. What is this path that we are proposing? The path that will help you to become your greatest self. Well, we talk about the spirit world and the science of spirituality. It may almost sound like a misnomer, the science of spirituality. But guess what? Spirituality is a kind of psychological tool we use to get ourselves into our natural state. So says Alice Walton. Spirituality is a kind of psychological tool we use to get us back to, I would suggest, our natural state. It takes on many forms. Also, along the way, the work of Niels Bohr becomes very useful. He told us that everything we call real is made of things that cannot be regarded as real. If quantum mechanics hasn't profoundly shocked you, you haven't